Ejoka. As you know, that is a traditional greeting in Turkana. My name is Eddie Williams, and I am a missionary among the Turkana people. I knew that God had called me, but how to fulfill that calling was something that took some time for me to understand. And in 2005, I began working in Turkana, and one of the first things that we began doing was going into villages where churches are not, and trying to find if they would be open to the gospel. And so we were going hut to hut, doing evangelism, and folks were responding in a very open and positive way, which was encouragement for us to continue and start discipleship. And one of the things that we learned was if we're going to start churches, plant churches, and evangelize in Turkana, that God would have to raise up some men to lead these Bible studies. And in doing so, we understood the need for us to have a school for men that surrender to the ministry, to be able to come and to be trained and discipled, to help better fulfill the will of God in their lives in the same way that I was learning how to fulfill the calling in my life. And so in 2007, we began the Bible Institute, and the pastors began to come as they were being surrendering to the ministry, and God was using them to plant churches. And after this Bible study has been maturing in their faith, being discipled in the Word of God, then a day comes where they begin to talk about wanting to be baptized and to be organized into a church. And once that happens, because of partnership with American churches, we were able to buy land and to build buildings. And then we go and try to encourage this new place that because someone brought the gospel to you and because of the partnership with the American churches, you now have your own land and your own building. They feel a very deep burden to carry the gospel to another village. And since 2005, we have been able to plant nearly 30 churches in Turkana, and we're working in nearly 20 other villages in Bible studies because of their desire to bring the gospel. And so with the calling that God has given me and the burden and the calling that God has given them, and with the partnership of our churches in America, God is doing an amazing work in Turkana. And so on behalf of the Turkana people and myself, I just want to say thank you for praying for us, supporting us, coming to visit and to help us, and just being a part of the work that God is doing in the desert.